I'm Kyle Dasenbrock, General Manager of Planters Precision, located in South Central Illinois. We got 3 locations, one located in Montrose, Gaze, and Moweaqua. Most of the growers that are calling us now or contacting us, there's a couple main things. Liquid is probably the biggest one that they're calling about. How do we put tanks on a planter? How do we put tanks on a tractor? How are we applying our liquid rates, products, gallons, what application point we're using? So liquid is probably the biggest one. Closing the furrow is another really big one, and high-speed planting. It seems like those 3 have got most of the morale going now as far as guys calling in and asking questions. And one of the reasons I feel like most growers now are calling about liquid is just because the industry's changed. There's a lot more availability of products and a lot more knowledge to how it is applied, when and where it's applied. So as the industry gains more knowledge, I feel like the grower is showing a lot more interest now than what he was maybe years ago. And different companies like 360 Yield Center and so forth, they've made it easier for the growers to be able to accommodate that, because it gets difficult logistically to be able to apply 20 to 30 gallon an acre with nitrogen as far as tanks and pumps and so forth. So as companies evolve and design products, it makes it a lot easier on the grower. In 2014, we started with a research planter, more or less looking at correct seeding, the right spacing, the right population, good singulation, making sure we're managing our downforce. And each year we added another product to that planter, to show the growers the value and the difference, on performance-wise. And then it wasn't until 2017 we started looking into in-furrow liquid. As the growers were asking us questions, does it have an ROI? Does it increase yield? We wanted to know for ourselves. So we started entertaining the liquid side with in-furrow. And then we added another liquid in-furrow option as well. And then from there we added nitrogen. So each year was kind of a step-by-step process. But we're only getting about 90 to 110 acres planted a year with it across a lot of different farm operations, a lot of different counties. So we felt like as the growers were asking us a lot more questions, we feel like we need a lot more data and a lot more research on our own. And we wanted to do it locally. We wanted to do our own research. So 2020, we built the Harvest International 1631 Series 2 bulk fill planter. 30-inch corn, 15-inch soybeans and wheat. So on the harvest bar, we got our precision planting ready row unit with V-drive, which is controlling our population and auto row shutoffs. We got our Delta Force for hydraulic downforce, speed tube so we can increase productivity. With that, we got our Yetter row cleaner with clean sweep, so we're managing that from a residue standpoint. Also, we got with our liquid, so we got our Keaton for our in-furrow, controlled by a V-Apply HD, and we got the 360 Bandit on there as well for our nitrogen application, controlled through a V-Apply HD. We did run the Yetter poly twister spike closing wheels, along with some rows of Furrow Force, a new closing system, to kind of show and compare the difference. But we've known them products have paid over the years, but we really want to just dive in deeper and really understand liquid. That's our main focus and our main goal. Understanding rates, tank mixes, and application points as far as where we place the product. Liquid tanks is one of the biggest things that growers struggle with, and we were kind of at that same position too, to decide where we're going to put tanks and how many and the volume. So to start off on the planter, out on each wing we got in-furrow tanks, 150 gallon each, so it's 300 gallon for our in-furrow. But in front of our bulk fill, we got a 500 gallon tank we set up for our nitrogen, which we ran through our Bandits. And we knew that wasn't going to be enough volume to get us over very many acres. So on our John Deere R-Series tractor, we added the 360 Yield Center tractor mounted tanks, which gave us another 700 gallon paired with that 500. So we, at that point, felt like 1,200 gallon would be efficient enough to get us across several acres without having to fill up too often. So it was a good fit. And that's really where it took off. We started to do a large-scale research with growers, diving much more in depth, not only to see what 5 acres could do on their farming operation, but what could the whole 40 acres be, or what could the whole 20 acres be. We tried different rates throughout the field. We tried different product tank mixes throughout the field. And then occasionally we would shut the liquid completely off because we wanted to know for ourselves, what is the ROI? Is it beneficial for the grower to go that route? We planted roughly about 1,400 acres with that planter this year across 5 different counties. A lot of different tillage practices, from no-till to conventional tillage to strip till. So it was a fun experience. We learned a lot. We learned a lot of things what not to do, but at the end of the day, we got a lot of great data and information from it. So a couple of the big key takeaways that we noticed from the research planter standpoint was placement of product does matter. That is very important. We've experienced that the last couple seasons here with the Bandits. We really like the performance of it. So banded fertility and the placement, it does have a direct correlation to yield as far as what we can see so far. Also, being able to add micros and sulfur gave us a lot of big opportunities as well. So those are kind of the biggest things that we'd like to see and what we've been seeing. Also, the in-furrow. We've noticed when you put the in-furrow with the nitrogen, they kind of piggyback off each other, and it really gives that yield boost running both liquid products. The growers are excited that we're doing local data with them on their own farm. They can come out and ride and run in the planter and see how things perform on the liquid side, and it's really opened a lot of opportunity for us, and we're really excited about 2021 to continue this and kind of dig a little deeper now that we've ran a full season with that many acres.